Greer, co-owner and co-publisher of Campaign Selections here at CampaignTech East 2019 with Lindsy O'Connor from Adtaxi. And we're going to be talking about connected TV, which is something that's come up already. It is going to come up a lot at this conference. What are you guys seeing in the connected TV space?
Yeah, I mean, it's such an exciting place right now because it's so new. There's so many different nuances to it. But what we're really seeing is the ability to hone in on a specific audience.
Yeah.
So just like digital allows us to do now, is that you can identify the audience that you want to go after. You can tailor your message to that specific audience, and then you can also figure out what it is that you want them to do once they come to a website, right? So in the case of voters, maybe right now we're trying to get donations, or we're trying to get volunteers, right, or get the word out. So we're in that really education space, and so what we're seeing is that connected TV and advanced TV really allows us to hit the masses and get that message out. But what's cool about some of the things that we're doing at Adtaxi is we're able to retarget those people, which is
that's interesting, because I don't know that that's something that people often associate with it. So could you talk about how that works, actually?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a great point. So, millennials, right? We all want to go after them. We all want to figure out a way to kind of talk to them. And we know that they're cord nevers, cord cutters, or they're kind of teetering in between. So let's say, I just hit the cusp of being a millennial. So I'm sitting on the couch.
You're like me, you're on the edge.
Yeah, one of those, right? I used to map. So anyway, so you're watching TV, and all of a sudden, I get a streaming ad from, a candidate, and I'm interested. I'm appealed by what they're saying. So I get out my smartphone and I Google them, and I start looking for, their page and what it is they do to learn a little bit more. So in that example, what we can do from a connected TV point is be able to map back that I was delivered that ad, and then I also went to their website, and we can track that behavior, and that's called cross-device attribution. So that's one of the big topics.
And do you see that, final question, as we go into 2020 now, you see that as kind of like a growing area of that space?
Absolutely.
How else do you see this developing in terms of how people think of connected TV as part of their overall mix, right? Because that's the big question.
Yeah, so what I would say is that what I see as kind of being conflicting is that it's almost lumped into a TV buy, where it almost needs to be treated very differently to a certain extent, because it's more on that programmatic buying platform on the digital end. So what we see is that TV still has a really large share, and so you don't want to just dump that and move here. You really need to, especially if you're going after an older demo, you really need to keep some dollars in that spot. But on the digital end, you're going to be hitting this whole entire new audience, so you want to have your budgets sitting there appropriately, but then also mapping how that's going to nurture people along the funnel, if you will, right? So we know that there's the awareness factor, then we want to persuade, and then we want people to activate. You need to speak to those people every step of the path. Connected TV is just one component of that, right? And that's where retargeting from connected TV is really, really successful. And then just one other thing that I see from a digital standpoint that I haven't always seen on the political side is being able to map it to a very specific conversion on the candidate's website, right? So tracking the donate button, the signing up for volunteers, or whatever that may be, you really need to hone in on what specific metrics on your site you're looking to, so that you can make really smart decisions on moving budgets towards different creatives and moving budgets across different platforms, right? So.
Well, Lindsy O'Connor from Adtaxi, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, this was great.
Thank you for joining us. As always, you can check out the other videos that we do on the CNE Facebook page, and of course at the CampaignSelections.com website on the video page. We will be back through the day tomorrow with more videos from CampaignTech East 2019.